Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So in this late night stream, I want to talk about this Bitcoin dipped. Bitcoin dipped some more since this morning. So what should we do? What to do about this dip? And I think you guys know the answer. Do not panic sell. Dollar cost average and HODL. That has been the message all along, and it has worked every single time. So let's discuss this new phenomenon, or I should say old phenomenon, why it works, and let's look at some of the bargains that's out there, the things that you should be looking at and eyeing right now, because there are some bargains. So let's go shopping. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 2 streams every day, 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. All right, guys, let's do this. Let me change my screen. Here we go. Bitcoin is at 54,000. Oh no, the world is collapsing. It's at 54,000. And it was at 57,000 this morning, and it was at 60,000 the day before. So we're down about, what, 10% from a day ago. And it seems like it's the same thing. I'm hearing it all the time. I'm seeing it in the chat. I'm seeing the comments. People are still panicking, and I don't know why. We've been through this so many times. Even the newcomers, yes, you guys are newcomers, you have sat through this a couple times already over the last month or so. So I don't know why this is any different than previous times. And I don't know why anyone would be panicking when Bitcoin is at $54,000. Even if it continues falling, let's say it hits 50,000 again. Is that any worse than a week ago when Bitcoin hit 43,000? And is it worse than a month ago when Bitcoin hit 30,000? No, we go through this all the time. But zoom out and look at what has been happening. Up and up and up and up, right? So that's the name of the game. Dollar cost average, HODL, and wait for life-changing wealth. That's just a proven strategy, especially with Bitcoin's 11-year history. Those that have held the longest have gained the most, have made the most gains. So, of course, I have Michael Saylor's picture on my thumbnail. I mean, let's not forget that recently he purchased $1 billion worth of Bitcoin right at $52,000. And after he did that, Bitcoin fell down to 43, and it was looking like, oh no, that was a bad purchase. Guess what? After he purchased that at 52,000, it dipped, and then it continued back up. So even with today's fall of 54,000, he's still up $2,000 on every single Bitcoin that he has purchased. And not too long ago, he purchased another $15 million of the Bitcoin at $57,000, right? He didn't even wait for the dip. He just gone ahead and did it because he's like, this is a good time to buy, right? Michael Saylor is a true hodler. I mean, basically what he's doing is dollar cost averaging. He has been doing so since August of last year and just keeps making buys and buys and buys and buys. And even though some of these buys at some time could seem like they're a bad buy because Bitcoin dips afterwards, but guess what? Bitcoin continues higher and higher and higher and higher. And, you know, I'm just sensing there's just, every time there's a small dip, people just fear so much like the world is ending with Bitcoin. And every single time it goes up and no one remembers what happened a month ago. That's just how it's been. No one even remembers that we were at under 20,000 not too long ago. No one remembers that. No one remembers in August when Saylor got in, Bitcoin was only at like $11,000. No one remembers that. But people remembers this, that out of everything that he has bought so far with Michael Saylor, with MicroStrategy, over 91,000 Bitcoins, guess what? He has made like $3 billion. $3 billion from 2.2 billion to 4.9 billion, even counting today's dip. So yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Even Tesla's buy which wasn't too long ago. That's over $1 billion of profit already. Look at Galaxy Digital. Look at Square. Every single person on this list has made a tremendous amount from Bitcoin. By trading? No, not by trading, not by trying to time top or bottom. Simply dollar cost averaging and holding, and the longer you hold, the more you gain. Simply that simple. It's that simple. There's a lot of people that will try to tell you, try to time top or bottom, try to swing trade, day trade. Now, for me, I just buy and hodl, and it has worked. This morning, I did show you guys this. I believe this was the cause, this huge influx of ETH into derivative exchange Bitfinex, right? And since then, there has been more little influxes of ETH continuing to pile on. Now, it doesn't look as big as this huge inflow, but still, you add this up with weakness, I think it can have effect. Keep in mind, Bitfinex has a lot of leverage, so it could be used in that manner where you can multiply that. But outside of that, I can't really find anything else. Can't find any outflows from F2 Pool. Can't find any other inflows into Coinbase or Gemini or Kraken or BitMEX. I'm looking at all. I don't really see anything. So this could be it, or there could be a group of people that is doing it outside that Crypto Quant is not tracking. I don't know. But here's what I do know. If you're long and you're a greedy long, you got wrecked. You got wrecked because this morning I showed this. The longs from this morning, 1.16 billion liquidated once again. Once again, these whales are really getting really good at detecting the longs and seeing how many long positions there are and taking advantage and basically liquidating them. And that's how they're able to actually cascade Bitcoin down. On top of their leverage is all these short covers, or long covers, I should say, and long liquidations. I mean, this morning I looked at it. It was about $1 billion increase, and then this has moved in the second day, another $312 million. So the ultra greedy that's utilizing leverage every single time Bitcoin goes up, a lot of people start putting on these longs, and you know what? These whales are killing them. This is also part of day trading that I don't like. And I also don't like leverage. I don't like exchanges that offer a ridiculous amount of leverage because they don't care. They don't care if you get liquidated. They don't. If you get liquidated or you win or you lose, they collect their fees. That's why they all offer it. Every single one basically offers it because the house wins in this case. They don't care if you get liquidated. In fact, there is a phenomenon every single time there is either too many longs or too many shorts. This happens. Does the exchanges themselves do it? I don't know. I hear that like with the brokerages, like Robinhood, they're able to see all this kind of information. This is stocks, of course, but they can see, how much shorts and longs there are with futures and options, and they sell that information to hedge funds, and then the hedge funds can utilize that information to liquidate people. I don't know if the exchanges are doing that as well. This is one of the reasons why people distrust centralized exchanges, because you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes right now. But anyways, I do know longs are getting wrecked really hard. And if you look at Ethereum, same thing. Ethereum is getting, longs are getting wrecked as well, right? This is just ridiculous. So moral of the story is, don't be too greedy. Don't be too greedy now. Dollar cost averaging, buying the dips is fine, but if you're trying to be too greedy and you put on a 20x long or a 100x long, you could get liquidated in an instant and you can't recover from that. So don't be a greedy pig with leverage. So right now Bitcoin is coming back a little bit, so that's good. Let's not forget that stimulus money is still being deposited or distributed, and according to this survey, 40 billion, about 10%, that is going to be distributed, possibly could be flowing into crypto like Bitcoin and stocks. And I do believe that. There's a lot of people, especially young people, that really want to invest right now because of the GME saga. A lot of people think they're really, really smart traders. And a lot of people are addicted to fast money with crypto as well, right? So I do believe a lot of it's going to flow in. So that is still coming. But ultimately, you know what? These type of situations, what you want to look for is bargain buys. In fact, you know what? Just this morning, I talked about having the right portfolio strategy to have the right breakup, 50, 25, 25 rule. And you know why that's important? Because look at this. BTC dominance actually dropped since this morning. Whenever you usually have Bitcoin fall down dramatically, altcoins usually fall down a lot faster. But now altcoins are holding better against Bitcoin. That's a reversal. I even talked about this morning how there's so many altcoins that are still way in the green. So the fact that BTC dominance actually dropped from this morning is amazing if you think about it. Amazing that altcoins are actually holding stronger than Bitcoin, and that's because retail investors are not so stupid anymore, not so fragile. They have lived through a couple of these, and you know what? Their hands are starting to turn into diamond hands, and that's what I like to see, right? So as we get more and more into this cycle, as Bitcoin continues higher, there will be volatility, and hopefully you guys are learning from these experiences and forming diamond hands so that you actually look forward to the situation so that you can actually take advantage and buy the bargains like Bitcoin right now and a lot of altcoins that have fallen. But quite honestly, a lot of these altcoins did not fall as much as Bitcoin. So is it really a bargain? I don't know, but there are a few. So that's what I want to talk about basically. So Bitcoin is a little bit lower, but again, this is not time to be panicking when Bitcoin's at $54,000. It's not time to panic at all. But we'll see what happens. I do think that there's good things coming. This is not any big week like futures expiration week or anything like that, although that's next week. But I do think this week, we can have a good recovery, especially with all that stimulus money coming in, and could really drive things up. Even if it doesn't, you know what? It's okay. It's got to wait a little bit longer and gives us more time to dollar cost average. All right, so let's get to some bargain hunting. I do think there's some, but not as much as you would think, because if they didn't fall as much as Bitcoin, then actually you should buy Bitcoin. You want to look at the ones that have fallen the most. So if you're looking at, say, if you're holding on Cardano only fell down 4% versus Bitcoin at almost 9%. So I don't know if it's a good time to buy Cardano. It's actually a good time to buy Bitcoin over Cardano if you look at it that way, right? But there are some that has fallen more than 9%. Let's go down the list real quick. BNB at this level, 245, I think is a good pickup, but they honestly didn't fall that much. For the week, they're still up 3%. I think Cardano is really stagnant. Polkadot is stagnant too. These two guys, and actually a lot of the big caps, have become stagnant for a while now. Ever since Cardano, introduced their hard fork, their Murray hard fork, they kind of stalled out a little bit. Polkadot, Litecoin, Chainlink, they all stalled out a little bit. Two super chat. Dago to 1 billion, up 24% while everything was crashing. They are doing good, but they're not the only one. Trust me. I have covered a lot of them that are in the green right now, but I'll get to a little bit. Block V, sleeping OG in the NFT space. Maybe. But let me get through this first, Matthew. I'll bring this up so I don't forget. And then let me go through this first, and I'll cover that in Q&A. So what else is there? Going down the list that has fallen quite a bit? You know what? Not a whole lot right now. I mean, Dogecoin is holding very well. There's still a lot of back and forth between people now and Elon about buying some music. I don't know if he's legit, but Dogecoin is actually holding very well. Another project I really like is Terra, and they're still up today. Terra is on a freaking tear, and you know what? I still think they're a good pickup despite the fact it's not a bargain today. I think Theta is a good bargain. Down 13%, even though they're up 32%. I think Theta is really doing things, really doing good things, and they're moving up and up and up. Look at VeChain. Man, they are on a tear. Despite the fact Bitcoin falling 9%, they're still up 17% today. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I love VeChain, and I'm glad to see that they're really shining right now. Going down the list, yeah, what's Aave's kind of weak as of late, so I'm going to skip them for now. Let's go down the list. Cosmos is still doing very well. Solana, yeah, I think Solana could be a big one. A good pick because they haven't moved at all recently. So going down the list, of course, Chili's, I still believe in them. I think they're still only getting started. So down 13% today. They're taking a breather after going up like 100 and something percent for the week. I still like Chili's a lot. Going down the Hashgraph, they're still in the green. A lot of people very excited about Hashgraph. What else is there going down the list? Sushi, but they're not doing too bad either today. Down 9%, but it's still up 11% for the week. I would say Elron. Elron's actually kind of lagging. Elron hasn't really moved for a little bit. Engine, look at it. Engine is still in the green, way in the green. So I like Engine a lot. So they're not really a bargain right now, but still, I wouldn't say it's a bad pickup. Going down the list, like something like the Graph, which has been weak because DeFi has been weak, but still down pretty significantly. Could be a good pickup. Matic, they're up so much. I don't know if they're a good pickup, but I do like them as a layer 2 solution. T-Fuel finally took a breather. T-Fuel is part of the second token for Theta. I think they're a good pickup. They have been on a tear recently. Decentraland, I think, is a good pickup. They've been on a tear recently, and a big NFT play. Going down the list, PancakeSwap, they had their website hacked, so that's a little iffy. I would say wait it out. I think Voyager still a good pickup. They're coming up a little bit today. I think they're gonna be big. HODL has been making moves. I actually haven't paid attention, but they have been making big moves. So basic attention token, I still like them. Celsius, they're down pretty significantly for this week. They could be a good pickup. Flow, I still think is very undervalued for NFT play. What is it? Phantom has certainly been weak this week, so they could be a good pickup. What else? Harmony, another one I just covered recently. Fantastic. I think they've only just begun. And I think that tops out. I have no idea what Orbs is, but they're up a staggering 600%. So on page 1, there's a few, but quite honestly, there's not that many bargains if you look at it, because a lot of them are still in the green, right? So this kind of shows you how strong altcoins are right now. What a turn of events between now and before, right? So if you go to the NFT plays, I mentioned about Theta, Chili's, Engine, Decentraland's Flow. Something like Wax is also down a little bit. I think there's still room to grow. My neighbor Alice debuted on Binance, went up to the moon, right? I would suggest waiting it out. Whenever something gets added on Binance, it flies up and it comes down, right? Origin Protocol, I covered them. They're up a staggering 50% today. They're also an NFT. Chromia, the blockchain that powers my neighbor Alice, they're down a little bit, but they're up so much for the week. But I still think they're a fantastic project, 200 million. Ultra, Sandbox, you go down the list. There's a lot of good ones. Rev, there's a brand new one that was introduced to me. Terra Virtua. I mean, these guys. Luxo. Oh, here's one. That's a true bargain right there. Luxo. I think they could be huge. They could be huge based on Fabian. And I know there's another project that's loosely based on them, but I think Luxo could be a really good pickup at this point. What else is there? Let's go into DeFi real quick. A lot of DeFi projects are down. Like, for example, Aave, Uniswap, Synthetic Compound, Maker, UMA, Thor, Pancake, Yearn. All these guys, they're down because a lot of the momentum, I quite honestly just went in NFTs. I mean, they were so hot before, up and coming, seemed like it would go up every day. Now they kind of stalled out. They're kind of going in tandem with Bitcoin. Bitcoin dips, they dip. Bitcoin goes up, they go up. They don't really deviate right now. They haven't decoupled. A lot of it went to NFTs, but I do think a lot of it still has potential. They could come back. You go to the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. What is there? I talked about the graph. I think they're worth picking up. What else is there? Reef, I would stay away because of this whole controversy with Almeida. Venus down 11%. That could be a good pickup. Not much else. Bakery token. I know a lot of you guys are down on Bakery token, so that could be a good pickup. Though DeFi is a little weak, so maybe hold off on that a little bit. Polkadot. Is there anything good on Polkadot? Well, Kusama is not really down. Ren is down a significant amount. I think they could be a good pickup. Energy Web token. I don't know. I got introduced to them. I'm not so sure about them just yet. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right. So someone wanted to know about Block V. What is Block V? Doesn't say. They pumped up in 2018 and they basically died since then. Foundation of Digital Goods Economy. So obviously they're kind of in NFTs. I don't know if they rebranded or they were always in NFTs, but yeah. So I don't know. I have to look more into them if they rebranded or not, because obviously they pumped up in 2018 and pretty much dead since then. So they're on Bittrex, Bitfinex. Yeah, they're probably going to be held back because of that. Maybe if they could come back. Nick asks, looking to add a new crypto on Coinbase. Can you discuss Atom? Cosmos is a chain of chains, basically. Interoperability between the chains now. It's very scalable because every project have their own chain. The Cosmos SDK and the Consensus Tendermint, a lot of chains use them. For example, Binance Coin utilize them. Kava project, the DeFi project support, they create their chain with Cosmos SDK. So a lot of chains utilize them. They're promising, but they don't get as much recognition as some of the other guys. But they're doing well. They're still doing well. And today they're up, 3% at $4 billion. They're kind of hanging in there. They could be a good play. Yeah, but they haven't been moving as much as some of the other guys. Yeah, I mean, I've covered BPro quite a bit, but you know what? They're still up a staggering. They went up a little bit more today. They're still up 95%. BPro's on fire. One of the ones that's really carrying my portfolio right now. Another one is Harmony. Harmony was up like 70%. Now they're taking a little breather, but they have gone up really, really well. A lot of stuff that I've been talking about recently, like VeChain up in a big way, right? A lot of these are up in a big way. So they've definitely been helping carrying my portfolio during this downturn. And when you have a good portfolio, those of you guys that didn't watch this, the 50-25-25 rule, it could really carry you. It could really carry you despite what happens, unless there's a massive dump of everything, which is different. But like today, this has really, really helped me, right? So those of you guys that's a little too greedy with too many micro caps or not enough, or maybe you have too many big caps and you're not really following the rule, you might want to really think about it, because it does really help. On average, how much percent do we expect for the altcoin season peak? I diversify wallet. I'm wondering what the minimum potential will be. There's really no way to say that. There's no way to say that. And Hellcat, no, I did not. No, yeah, I did it just to spite you. No, I'm just kidding. Altcoin season, who knows? It could be infinite. 2017, tail end of 2017, early 2018, things exploded up so much that you can't even calculate percent. This time around could be the same thing. How I look at it is things coming to a top? People always ask about that. Well, I look at Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin's coming to its top. It's nowhere close to being a top. And if Bitcoin's not coming to the top, then there's no way altcoins are coming to the top. So let's just put it that way, right? There's going to be fads. There's going to be trends. There's going to be shifts in what's hot and what's not. But ultimately, if Bitcoin continues to be hot, and I think it will, there's no way it's going to stop at right now, the whole market's going to be carried with it, I should say. CRO, they're coming out with their new chain, so that could be pretty revolutionary, but they have debit cards, they have staking, they have lending, their exchange. They pretty much do it all, but some people complain about the customer service. I mean, people complain about customer service on all these exchanges, so I don't know. I personally haven't used them yet. So Jordan asked about Ariane. I think that's how you say it, Ariane. Government section. That's one of the ones I have to look at, but I have not looked at it yet. So I want to look at it fully because a lot of people have been talking about it because of their tie with Luxo. Hivecoin. $8 million. Autonomous ecosystem that solves the current problem in global freelance and work. Okay. So they're in the job space market. Yeah, they're not going to do well with these exchanges. Yeah, so they're in a job market. I don't know. I honestly don't know for the job market if you need to have a decentralized blockchain for it. Unspecialized employees, like a blockchain is not going to help that. Biased abuse, a blockchain is not going to help that. So that actually seems kind of gimmicky to me. B Pro at 40 million scam or true 1 billion gem. I don't know if it has 1 billion gem. When I first discovered them, and it's based on someone, I'm going to give credit, I think it's James or someone, that kept giving me super chats to look at them because it was such a low market cap. I'm like, I don't know. But after I looked into them, I'm like, you know what? I think they're pretty good. And the guys that run it seemed like they're good guys, ambitious guys. When I first looked at them, I said, this is the easy 10x, right? If it goes beyond that, 20x, that's fine. But to get to 1 billion, that's like, we're talking about like 100, 200x. I don't know if it has that kind of potential yet. Maybe someday. But, that's going a little bit beyond. But right now, I do know that it's doing well. So I'm glad to see a lot of people picked up on it. So congratulations. The key, this is the old project. This is a very old project. Yeah, look at when they were peaked. They have made no moves at all. Yeah, ID verification tools. First of all, not very sexy. Second of all, they don't have any network traction right now. Third of all, I don't know if an ID verification tool is an easy thing to get adoption with. Let's just put it that way. So they have a lot of things that's going against them. What's the ceiling? What ceiling is realistic for VeChain? I honestly don't think there's a ceiling for VeChain. With as much traction VeChain has already, honestly, they should be above Ethereum right now. That's how big they should be. They have some of the biggest multi-billion-dollar companies that signed up that's already using. I'm not just talking about a light partnership where they just announce it. No, they're already on VeChain and utilizing it. So VeThor is the transactional token for VeChain, and that has been exploding. I used to make fun of VeThor because I'm like, you know what? It's inflationary. Just go with VET, right? But those that have held on VeThor, I mean, it's exploding. And VeChain is exploding too. But I think once China goes all out and they fully embrace crypto and they open up and they get their citizens to start buying Chinese-based crypto companies like VeChain, it's go fly through the roof. So the ceiling is high. Very, very, very high. Neo, I don't know what the hell is going on with Neo. They're still working on their Neo 3.0, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully they can figure it out. I still don't see a roadmap or anything. They're kind of diving into DeFi. They're kind of they create this Flamingo project that they're going to piggyback off of. They're trying to get into NFTs too. I don't know. They just need to finish their chain. Shooter, that is right. Engine, yes. When would Roblox be on Coinbase? I don't know about that. They just went. Are you talking about Roblox? I'm thinking okay. Superbid, they're giving 10 ETH community reward. That's not a good reason to check them out, but since you're so adamant about it, let's look at it real quick. I don't even see it. It's not even a project that shows up, so. Someone's holding VThor, good. Rio looks pretty interesting. When I came across them, I'll probably do that again, where I do like another just Q&A only and discover the next big one. Rio DeFi actually looks pretty interesting. They could actually be doing well. Glass asked about Cody. I think Cody is a good one. I think it's a good one. Very underrated at this point. Bondly, I have not looked at. I know they're in the NFT play. Actually, surprisingly, I have not looked at Bondly yet. I should. Where are they? Yeah, this is going to hold them back. This is going to hold them back. This is probably why they haven't pumped up yet. They need to get on, KuCoin or Binance for sure. But I know Logan Paul, he did a lot of his NFTs on Bondly, so it definitely gave him a lot of attention. One, Harmony. I just created a video yesterday about Harmony. I think they're a fantastic project. Dent, still not sold on. Ecomi is doing very well, and they're built on top of GoChain. I think GoChain may make a move, although I'm not sure if they will. It's very, very low. But Ecomi is doing very well. They're also one of the ones I covered that has gone up through the roof, and they're way in the green today, still up 25%. So, as you can see, some of these altcoins, they're holding their own right now. I'm not saying they decouple completely from Bitcoin, but yeah, there's a lot of strong diamond hands out there that's not falling for the whale shenanigans. They're holding, and that's good. Cocos. That's a weird name. Cocos BCX. 54 million. Okay, they're coming up. That doesn't explain it. Okay, I don't need to know about the token reduction. What is it? Next generation digital game economy. Coco's blockchain expedition aims to create an integrated multi-platform runtime environment for games, providing developers with convenience. Okay, but let's skip through there. Game engine, development engine, environment, Coco's chain. Okay, so in games, Binance Labs. So were they incubated by Binance? Maybe they were invested by them. I don't know. But Neo Capital. But why are they not on Binance if they are? Oh, they are. They are. You know what? This one may be good. Whenever I see a low cap on Binance, immediately I'm thinking it could be good. Just a hint out there. But because they're in gaming, they actually have a good amount of supporters. You have Neo that's supporting, Binance supporting them. Ontology, well, they're close with Neo. Loom, and they're gaming. If they go NFTs, yeah, they are in NFTs. This could be a good one. I'm going to say this is a good one. So I'm going to look more into it. What else is there? Can we say we are still early on NFT right now? No, I think it's very, very early. That's what I said about DeFi, and that's what I'm saying about NFT. Both are very early, and they're both going to evolve into something that we can't even picture or imagine right now. So yes, there's a lot of fads and things that a lot of projects will die, but ultimately the ones that stay around, they're going to be the powerhouses of the future. How far can KuCoin token go? Pretty far. Look at where they used to be in 2017, 2018. They're at least 10 times higher than now. So yeah, they could. Andrew asks, why are people correlating the price of Bitcoin and ETH together? One has cap supply, one doesn't. It's just because they sometimes they move in tandem. That's all. Yes. Ethereum, if their EIP 1559 gets approved, they could be somewhat deflationary, but still not the same as Bitcoin. It doesn't have a set supply. But when you have a massive amount of users that's coming on board and utilizing dApps and utilizing ETH or Ether, then it can make up for it. But right now, the two seem to move in tandem together. A lot of altcoins do. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to let you get back to your night. But overall, the message is the same. You should not be panicking. I don't know why anyone would be panicking at 54,000 Bitcoin. It's going to go up and down. It's going to be up and down. You know what? Those of you guys that's always afraid to buy when things are high, right? That's the correct mentality. You want to wait for things to come down. You buy a little bit. If it goes down more, you buy a little bit, right? That way you take the stress out of it. There's no stress in terms of wondering if you bought too high or too low or you should sell. No. You know what? Do what Michael Saylor does. Dollars cost average when you can and just sit and hold them. And that's it. And wait for life-changing wealth. But right now, there are bargains to be had. And also, like I say, you should have the right portfolio strategy. I think a 50-25-25 breakdown rule is good. So if you didn't watch that video, make sure you watch it so you understand what I mean. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and stay tuned for my live stream tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good night, guys.